In our last episode, we escaped from Raven Rock either by siding with President Eden and agreeing to infect the water of Project Purity with modified FAV, or by blowing up Raven Rock and President Eden. We've been through a lot, and now it's time to report back to the Citadel to tell Elder Lions what we've learned. Upon arrival, we find the Brotherhood training their troops as usual. They don't appear to be taking any steps against the Enclave at Project Purity. We can head to the basement lab to see if we can find Elder Lions. On our way, we find Madison Lee and the other scientists.
It's good to see you again. I hope that we can return to the Purifier soon and finish your father's work. In the meantime, it seems that my talents are of use to the Brotherhood. I still don't completely trust them, but I'm willing to look past that.
Why do you think the Enclave attacked Project Purity?
I should think it's rather obvious they want the technology for themselves. You grew up in a vault, never wanting for clean, fresh water. Out here in the real world, it's hard to come by, and that makes it valuable.
What are you doing now?
I'm assisting Rothschild with some of his research. I've worked with portable generators more extensively than he has. I don't really care for the idea that this is supporting some gigantic military robot. But given the state of things, I recognize the need for it.
I have to go.
Take care of yourself.
Looks like Madison is her usual charming self. At least this drama didn't change her personality. As we head downstairs to the bottom level, we overhear a conversation.
All I'm saying is, the longer we sit here, the more time they have to shore up their defenses. We should hit them sooner rather than later.
We barely have the manpower to keep the Citadel fortified. We've been over this before, Sarah.
So we just wait until they decide we're next on the list? If the Pride goes in now, we might have a chance.
And if you fail, then what? The risk is not worth the reward.
I agree. Without the GEC, the Purifier is useless to the Enclave anyway. They may give up before long.
I don't like it.
You don't have to like it, Sarah. You just have to follow orders.
Yes, Father.
So, you're back. We had feared both you and the GEC were lost. Were you successful?
Well, sort of. I found the GEC.
Excellent. With that, we hold the key to keeping the Enclave from controlling the Purifier.
Well, it's not quite that simple.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
There's no time. We have to move now or we'll lose Project Purity.
You think I am unaware? We've watched the build-up around the facility for the last week. Has something new happened?
I don't have the GEC anymore.
Why not? Where is it?
I don't have to explain anything. I don't answer to you.
When we're done, I may just string you up from your precious Purifier. Clearly, we need to revise our strategy.
The Enclave took the GEC. They're installing it now.
Then we must go at once. If you have any other information, tell me now before we mobilize. Any help you can give might save lives.
We find a number of options, but we can only choose one. The Enclave is fractured. They're not as unified as they'd like us to believe.
That's good news. Perhaps we can use it to our advantage. Still, we cannot afford to wait and see what happens. It seems we must act now.
The Enclave doesn't have the activation code. They can't start the Purifier.
Well, that gives us a little more time. But how long do we have before they figure it out? This makes this situation far more dire.
Raven Rock is destroyed.
Is it now? That's an unexpected but welcome surprise. Hopefully it'll reduce their ability to defend themselves. With that in mind, we need to revise our strategy.
Eden wanted me to sabotage the project with some kind of virus.
I see. And where is this virus now?
I have it. Take it.
Thank you. I'll see to it that it's disposed of properly once the scribes have had time to analyze it. Perhaps we have underestimated the Enclave. Sarah may be right. An attack may be necessary now.
Or we can lie and say, I don't have it anymore.
Just as well, no good could come from it. We need to decide on a course of action. Something must be done.
If the Enclave has the GEC, there's nothing stopping them from starting the Purifier. They'll figure out the code eventually.
I'm afraid you're right. We need to act now while we can.
Send the Pride in. We can do it. We can win this.
All right, Sarah. The Pride goes in. But I want them to have some extra firepower. Rothschild, is it ready?
What? No, I mean, Lee and I have solved the power problems, but We've only barely finished diagnostic tests.
So?
It's not ready for field tests, let alone live fire situations. The weapons haven't been calibrated, the navigation detection system is offline.
Rothschild, enough. Can you make it work?
Honestly, I don't know. I think we can scrape by, and I suppose if we can't, it won't matter in the long run anyway.
Then it's decided. Sarah, you take the Pride and use the robot as support. Take our friend here and secure that purifier.
Yes, sir. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that my father and I have been talking. The Pride and I have decided that after all you've survived, you've done enough to be an honorary member of Lion's Pride. So congratulations. Membership comes with some privileges, including our power armor. You want the full suit or the recon armor?
Funny, I don't recall asking to be part of your little club.
You don't have to be an ass about it. Just forget it.
I don't need your power armor. I've gotten this far without it.
Okay, it's your call. I'm just trying to protect you.
I'll take the composite recon armor.
All right, here you go. I hope it fits.
Or we can say, I'll take the Lion's Pride power armor.
Sure thing. Hopefully, it'll give you a bit of an extra edge. Okay. So do you think you can hold it together for this?
I don't know, Sarah. I'm not sure about this.
Listen, you'll be fine. You just stay behind whoever's in front of you and keep your head down.
I sure hope I can handle it.
Me too. If you need a minute to collect yourself, now's the time to do it.
Of course I can handle it.
Now that's what I like to hear, soldier. We're burning daylight here. You all packed? We're not coming back here anytime soon. Are you ready to move out?
I think I need another minute or two.
Hurry it up. Every minute you take is one more that we can't afford to spend.
With that, we complete the quest, The American Dream, and begin the quest, Take It Back. Examining the composite recon armor, when fully repaired and before perks are considered, and has a DR of 28 and grants +5 to sneak. The composite recon helmet has a DR of 5 and grants +1 to perception. The only difference between the composite set and a typical set of recon armor is that the composite set has greater condition, 600 compared to the default's 400, as does the helmet, 70 compared to the default's 40. This piece of armor was cut from the game. I only found it in mine due to a mod. Without the mod, the reward is just a regular suit of recon armor. The Lion's Pride power armor is a suit of T-45D power armor, and when we get it, we find it in really poor condition. It has exactly the same stats as the Brotherhood and Outcast T-45D power armor. When fully repaired and before perks are considered, it has a DR of 40, weighs 45 pounds, has 1000 condition, and grants +2 to strength, -2 to agility, and +10 to radiation resistance. This reward has also been modified by my mod. The original award is just a basic suit of power armor. It's not even a Brotherhood suit of power armor, it just says power armor. However, the Lion's Pride power armor does exist in the vanilla game. It's worn by the other members of Lion's Pride. Aside from using this mod, the only other way to get it is to loot it off of the corpse of a Lion's Pride member who dies in the looming battle, or to reverse pickpocket it. It makes much more sense that Sarah give us this suit instead of just a default suit of T-45D, which is why I think the mod author made the swap. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. The stats of the two armors are exactly the same. But since I failed to repair my winterized T-51 suit after Raven Rock, I went ahead and wore it for this battle. It looks like every other suit of T-45D Brotherhood power armor in Fallout 3, complete with the Brotherhood of Steel logo on the pauldrons. Before we head out, we can try to talk with some of the people here, starting with Elder Lyons.
You're reporting to Sarah from here on out. Don't let her down.
Elder Lyons, we should talk about the super mutants.
Oh? Have you learned something?
The super mutants are coming from Vault 87. It's their breeding ground.
Vault 87? Where you found the Gek? We've never been able to penetrate the radiation surrounding that area. This information is invaluable. Well done.
And with that, we gain karma. Is there anything more you can tell me about the super mutants?
My child, you seem to have learned more in your brief time than I have in 20 years.
So what's the deal with this big robot?
Ah, yes. Everyone asks about the robot. Hard not to, I admit. His name is Liberty Prime. Very patriotic, built by a very proud nation during a very desperate time. We've had about as much success getting him working as they did. You should speak with Scribe Rothschild. He can tell you more.
But Turning to Scribe Rothschild.
I'm sure you'll understand that there's far too much to be done right now. I've no time for chatting.
Okay, fine then. Finally, we can check in with each of the members of Lion's Pride.
It's time for fighting, not for talking. Hoo-ah, soldier. Stay safe. Once again.
Good to see you in one piece, partner. Back to it.
You holding it together, stranger? I see you're still in one piece. That's a good start, huh? Remember, one shot, one kill.
I bend my knee to the might of steel.
So what's with that Gallows guy?
Heard you took the pot. Good work. Of course, I'm not going to ask how you found out what his name was. Never back down.
And when ready, we can check in with Sarah.
Are you ready now? We can't afford to keep standing around like this.
I'm ready.
Okay, don't be nervous. You'll have the whole Pride backing you up, not to mention this giant tin can. Just stay safe until we reach the purifier. You're no good to us if you're dead. And don't let that thing step on you. Okay, we're going to go over it one more time. The Pride is on me. The goal is Project Purity, but we can't get into the facility with those energy fields up. Rothschild and Lee say this robot should be able to take down the energy fields. So we're on fire support. We stay close to the thing, keep it clear, and get it to where it needs to go. Once the fields are down, we head straight for the facility. We'll use the robot to keep them occupied while we get inside and secure the control room. We need to move quickly before we lose the chance to surprise them. Get whatever supplies you don't already have, and we'll meet in the Bailey. When we're done with this, everyone can have a nice cold glass of water on me. Let's move. All right, Rothschild, fire it up. Pride, move out!
Online. All systems nominal. Weapons, ops,
With that, Lion's Pride races up the stairs, and Rothschild activates Liberty Prime. He uses a hydraulic elevator to place it in the courtyard. Racing upstairs, we can head out the door to the Citadel courtyard. Lion's Pride races forward, and we see the Brotherhood moving Liberty Prime over the walls of the courtyard with a huge crane. Whoops! That's okay, it was already ruined. On the other side of the door, the Brotherhood opens the huge gate to the Citadel, and stepping outside, Enclave vertibirds attack, and the Enclave begins shelling us from somewhere off to the southeast. But these vertibirds are no match for Liberty Prime. We now have to escort Liberty Prime all the way from the Citadel to the Jefferson Memorial, and it's at this moment we can listen to unique radio broadcasts we can't hear at any other time. If we left Raven Rock without destroying it and President Eden, and we have bad karma, Three Dog says this.
I'm coming to you live with a special report. We haven't heard squat about the little prick from Vault 101 for 2 weeks. And hope to God someone finally put a bullet in his brain. Well, no such luck. He was seen not too long ago walking away from the Enclave's not-so-secret base way out to the northwest. If Eden declares this kid vice president, I swear to God I'll swallow this microphone.
But if we do so with good karma, he says this.
I'm coming to you live with a special report. We haven't heard squat about our old pal from Vault 101 for 2 weeks now, and it's been looking pretty grim. Well, buck up, pilgrims. Our friend is alive and well and has managed to slip through the Enclave's clutches and escape their fortified base. Keep fighting the good fight, kid. We're with you all the way.
And if President Eden survives Raven Rock, he comes on Enclave Radio to address the troops.
We stand now at the precipice. Our great nation once more threatens to crumble, to topple into the sea of lawlessness and despair that have ruled us all for over 200 years. In short, my dearest America, we are at war. Even as I speak these words, Fearless Enclave soldiers are fortifying their positions at the Great Water Purifier, bracing for an inevitable assault. The Brotherhood of Steel, in their arrogance, has claimed Project Purity as their own. They would steal the Enclave's work, steal America's water. Only a matter of time before the traitors march on the Purifier and attempt to take it by force. Let them come. Wave upon traitorous wave will crash against the Enclave's walls. The Brotherhood of Steel will fail. All those who oppose the Enclave will fail. I am President John Henry Eden, and this is my pledge. No one will take this great nation away from me. God bless the Enclave. God bless America.
However, if we destroy Raven Rock, Enclave Radio disappears from our list of frequencies on our Pip-Boy. And if we destroyed Raven Rock, Three Dogs says this.
I'm coming to you live with a special report. Ding dong, the sanctimonious, self-righteous, self-proclaimed presidential asshole is dead. The Enclave's not-so-secret base way up in the northwest just went kablooey. And I have reports, damn good ones, that Eden didn't make it out alive. Sure enough, the Enclave radio station is officially offline. Hell, check for yourself if you don't believe me.
If we have bad karma...
Now here's the bad news. Unfortunately, the little prick from Vault 101 managed to crawl out before the place went kaboom. Can't have everything, I guess.
Or if we have good karma...
And if that weren't good enough news, word is our old friend from Vault 101 made it out of there in one piece. Keep fighting the good fight, kid. We're with you all the way. In other news, the Brotherhood of Steel has amassed a large assault force at the Citadel. Time for a showdown with the remaining Enclave forces at the Jefferson Memorial? You keep listening, children, and GNR will keep you posted.
We can do our best to assist Liberty Prime, but he is a one-robot wrecking ball. If we get too close, we can get severely injured. So it may be better to keep our distance.
Communism is the very definition of failure.
It was at this moment that I realized that Lion's Pride wasn't nearby. Turning around, I ran back to try and find them. They got caught up in the ruins. Oh no, Paladin Vargas. You okay? He's okay. Racing back, we can continue to escort Liberty Prime.
Commencing tactical assessment. Red Chinese threat detected. Commencing tactical assessment. Red Chinese threat detected. Significant obstruction detected. Composition. Titanium alloy supplemented by enhanced photonic resonance barrier. Established stratagem. Inadequate. Revised stratagem. Initiate photonic resonance overcharge.
Liberty Prime disables the force field, and we begin an optional quest, Project Impurity. But only if we still have the modified FEV. If we do, we find an option to infect the Project Purity water supply. But before we can make a decision...
Tactical assessment. Red Chinese victory. Impossible.
The Enclave attack in a final wave.
I want those targets down now!
Engaging Red Chinese prisoners.
Liberty Prime makes a mess of the Enclave. With the Enclave dead or fleeing, we can freely enter the gift shop and make our way through the Jefferson Memorial to Project Purity in the Rotunda, where our father died. Once there, we'll have to make a choice. Do we infect the water or not? To find out what happens, be sure to tune in to my next episode tomorrow morning. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you wait a week for it. We'll finish things then. If you don't want to miss it, be sure to subscribe and to click that bell notification button. If you have and you feel like you're still missing out on YouTube notifications, consider following me on Twitter at Oxhorn. I update Twitter manually with every new piece of content that I publish. I have a shirt shop with completely unique designs that you can't find anywhere else. My designs come on shirts in a variety of men's, women's, and children's sizes and in a wide array of colors. You can find them on other products as well, like smartphone cases, pillows, posters, mugs, stickers, prints, etc. So if interested, you can find a link to my shop in the description below, or you can click here. If you like what I do and you want to support me in a more personal way, consider becoming a patron on Patreon or a member here on YouTube. But more than anything, I'm just so glad you're here watching this video with me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow morning with the dramatic conclusion to the full story of Fallout 3.